Good afternoon or good evening or good morning wherever you are in the world. This is Schtumm, broadcasting from the southwest of UK with a lovely fine cider in my hand. I'm going to announce some artists to you, YouTube. We have, I think, 300 and something subscribers on YouTube. So for those of you who have been to the Schtumm in Box in Wiltshire, then welcome. Those of you who just check out the stuff that we upload to YouTube, then that's cool too, because you'll eventually see some of the sets. Obviously, COVID has delayed pretty much everything in the world, and with our live music streams we haven't been able to do very much at all. We managed to squeeze in some events last summer, and this summer I've gone a bit crazy and I've booked a lot of artists. We'll have a full summer full of wonderful live music. So here I am. Hello everybody. Here is our beautiful list of artists. So we've got Ines Sibben, Cindy Stratton, The Flamenco Thief, Matt Owens. We've got Calum Ingram and the Western Electric Sound System. We've got the Bookshop Band and Red Carousel. We've got Life in Mono and Justin Adams and Mohammed Ariba, Pete Aves and Chris Cleverley, The Lost Trades and Lee Broderick, Kevin Brown and Broderick, Salt House and the Leon Day Band. We've got Will Lawton and the Alchemists and Hazir, Isabel Thatcher and Head Noise, and to finish off the season we've got Hannah Williams and the Affirmations and Jennifer Crook and Broken Road. So just to give you a bit of a download, a bit of info on these acts. The first 4 acts that you see at the top, they are strictly limited to 30 tickets. The reason why they are limited to 30 tickets is because of COVID. But that's not going to dampen our live music spirits, because, for example, for Ines's date on May the 30th, we've actually got 2 shows for him. So we've got an afternoon, a matinee option and an evening option. That can also apply to the other acts on those dates, but we'll just see how ticket sales go. So please do start booking your tickets in advance. After June, after the 21st of June, depending on COVID situation, we are hopefully going to be at 60 capacity for the remaining shows. It could also be more, but we'll have to do standing options then. So we've got 2 bands on each of those dates. So I'm just going to go over to Eventbrite, and I'm going to show you on Eventbrite how wonderful some of these acts are. So we've got the first one, which is Ines Sibben. This is on May the 30th, and this you can see on Eventbrite here where you get your tickets. You've got a select a time option because we've got 2 shows for this. So we've got 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock performance for that. All the Eventbrite has all the information about the artists. So you've got the info about Ines, where he's come from in his life. He played with Robert Plant for quite a few years. He's an absolutely insane guitarist. He's possibly the most real life and honest guitarist I think you'll ever find. He is going to do a special acoustic set for us. So we've got the 2 shows for him, and I'll give you a little bit of a insight into how he sounds. So he also has another band called the Malone Sibben Band with Marcus Malone, and Marcus Malone has an absolutely wonderful voice, and we're hopefully going to have them play at Box Rocks this year. But here's a little clip of Ines doing his more acoustic thing, but I'm sure he's going to have a wonderful selection of surprises up his sleeve for his 2 Schtumm shows. So here you go, have a little look at this.
Marcus said
let's move on to music. There you go.
Mama got a feeling bad blues. Mama got a feeling bad blues. Maybe she's gone, she broke my heart in 2. Well, I went to the doctor. Son, what's ailing you? I ain't got no
There you go. So that's a little bit of the Malone Sibbon band, but it was just Innes and maybe some special guests. Who knows? Innes likes to be as creative as he possibly can. So I'm quite excited about that act. If I go over to my lovely Eventbrite page, you can see we've already got some pre-sale tickets happening from our lovely email subscribers. Those of you who've subscribed to our email list after I said the email, I'm sorry you don't get the email with the passwords, but you will get the email tomorrow morning with all the links anyway, so you'll be able to get in there first. So we've got all of these wonderful artists. We've got Cindy Stratton. She's a local Bath artist. She has an absolutely stunning voice. We also have coming up the Flamenco Thief. The Flamenco Thief, he does some really cool things with looping. He's going to give us a real summer feeling, so that's going to be lush. We've got Matt Owens. Matt Owens is famous for being in Noah and the Whale, but his solo albums are absolutely immense, and his latest one is just beyond words. So I'm really looking forward to his set. We've also got after these 4 events, which are limited to 30 tickets per show, we go into 60 tickets per show, so we've got a little bit more room for people now. We've got Calum Ingram and Western Electric Sound System. So Calum Ingram is a cellist who's quite a well, I want to say aggressive, but I don't think he's actually an aggressive person, but he's got a real depth to his sound, so that's quite interesting. And Western Electric Sound System is like cinematic, ethereal, it's songwriting that you might have like in a film soundtrack, so it'll just like take you to another land, I'm sure. On the 11th of July, we've got an afternoon show. So you've got to watch out that some of these shows are at 3 o'clock and some of them at 7 o'clock. And this is actually not due to our lovely timetabling, but due to the artist availability and where they are on their tours, because everybody's trying to cram in as much as they can whilst we have the opportunity to, as things may change when we go into the winter again. So we've got the Bookshop band and Red Carousel. These are both bands led by and written by Beth Porter. She's a local cellist. She's an amazing session musician, and both of these, like the Bookshop band, is just phenomenal. Let me see if I can play you a bit of this. So if I go to their page, I'll show you a little bit of this. It's absolutely ethereal stuff. It's beautiful. And obviously a lot of our Schtumm acts, even though like a lot of them are grassroots, as in they are doing the tours, they're putting the hard graft in. Some are signed, some are not. Some of these musicians do get off to regular radio play and have really successful tours. So Schtumm doesn't just like look after our little baby shoots as they're coming up into the music industry, but we look after those who are currently grafting and doing the work. So if I show you, here we've got Beth Porter, have a little listen to this. So obviously this is based on Alice in Wonderland and the Curious and Curiouser book.
Follow to a home, falling for a while, passing vertically. One side makes you grow.
There you go. So there's a little snippet there. Obviously, I could spend the next like 3 hours showing you all the artists that we have at Schtumm, but I'm just going to show you a little snip now. If I go back to my little page, I'm going to show you one more act, YouTube. Let's go to, oh yeah, so we've got them. We've got Life in Mono and Justin Adams and Mohammed Ariba. This act, Justin Adams and Mohammed Ariba, is absolutely brand new, brand spanking new. So I was talking about the grass shoots earlier. This is a grass shoot project, though Justin Adams is an incredibly seasoned musician and has played with hundreds of different acts across the world. This is a new collaboration, so we're quite excited that we get the first taste of that. And Life in Mono is possibly the incredibly heart-wrenching songwriting. The singer has had such a life experience, like it's just something for you to experience. And As we move on, we've got into August. We've got Pete Aves and Chris Cleverley, both solo songwriters of very different styles, actually. Chris Cleverley is a award-winning folk musician. He plays some absolutely amazing, beautiful guitar in different tunings, really twinkly sort of playing. And Pete Aves is really interesting because I couldn't find lots about him, but what I did find about him I thought was pretty awesome sounding. He has an absolutely epic voice. So both, you're going to witness a lot of storytelling from those two, I'm sure. We've got some Schtumm favourites on the 8th of August. We've got the Lost Trades and Lee Broderick. Both have played last summer, went down really, really well, and it's nice to actually combine these two acts together because last time they were in separate events, so we've got them together. Lost Trades are doing really well. They've got a new album out and some beautiful music there, so check out their event listing there, and I've listed the video. And Lee Broderick, who's is growing his family, so I don't know if we'll see his little baby at the event. Hopefully his wife will be able to sing with him as well, because that sound of both of them together is just magical. On the 15th of August, we have Kevin Brown and Broderick. Kevin Brown is an absolutely phenomenal blues player, slide blues, really traditional, like authentic blues. Even though he hails from Lancashire, I believe, he has the roots of America deep within him, so he's great, and he's got some absolutely wicked stories as well. Broderick is also another grassroots shoots project. They are brand new, and they have got this mixing of sort of electronic dance music live on stage, but with more of a progressive pop, I would call it, motion, which is really nice. On the 22nd of August, we have Salt House and the Leon Day Band. Now, even if you haven't heard any of these acts before, check out their listings. If you like the video, if you like the sound of the music that you hear in the listing, come out, pay that £10. It's only £10 between two bands. Pay the £10, come and see them and experience something new. You don't know until you try it. Okay, so this is Salt House. Salt House are a beautiful folk band, folk trio. I believe it's violin and guitar and harmonium, I think, occasionally as well. And the Leon Day Band is a complete opposite of Salt House. I do quite like programming two opposites together. It's quite nice. So Leon Day is more of an indie band. They're quite powerful sounding. They've also got some great stories to tell. They've been touring all over the place, actually, well, when they could. As we move on to September, we've got Will Lawton and the Alchemists. Will Lawton's a Schtumm favourite. We've seen him do his solo projects. We've seen him in a different band lineups. He's also taken part in the Schtumm Jamboree. He's an absolutely epic songwriter. This project he's got with the Alchemists has got a real jazz contemporary feel to it. It's very soundscapey, but it still has the singer-songwriter element to it, which is really nice to hear. If any of you know of Bill Lawrence, it's got that vibe to it. So if you like Bill Lawrence, you will certainly love Will Lawton the Alchemists. And we also have Hazir. So Hazir is a Turkish music or Middle Eastern band. They celebrate all of the different wondrous styles of the Middle East, lots and lots of different instruments as well. So that is just education in itself, just watching and listening and learning from that. On the 12th of September, we have Isabel Thatcher and Head Noise. So Isabel Thatcher is a sort of, I want to say prog country. She's got a country vibe about her, but also a blues, soul, progressive sound to her. Like, again, I could show you all of the videos for all of the artists, but I want you to go and delve into all the work I've done. And Head Noise is an absolutely epic, like, punky, I want to say synth punk band. They're great. They kind of remind me of Devo, maybe a little bit of Talking Heads. It's got that sort of vibe to it. Both those, that's going to be a great night because complete opposites basically, but you know, opposites attract. And last, to finish off, we have Hannah Williams and the Affirmations. Now, you may know Hannah Williams from the TV recently because she was the one of the finalists in The Voice. She has an absolutely epic voice. Let's click onto this one. Let's finish off with a little bit of this. And with her is also Jennifer Crook and Broken Road. So Jennifer Crook is a phenomenal folk musician, more contemporary style actually. She plays harp and guitar, has a wonderful voice, and she's got an absolutely epic band with her now called Broken Road. So we're really excited about both of these acts being on the same bill. I have a feeling this one's going to be a pretty big deal. So as we go to, let's have a little snippet of Hannah Williams. I'll skip forward in the video. Get the vibe. Like, how can you not? Oh, that voice is amazing. How can you not deny? Oh, you've got to come and see that. Like, to hear that out in like fresh air is going to be absolutely epic. So yeah, she's got a powerhouse of a band behind her as well. So that's going to be a phenomenal one. I've also asked to see if they can play box rocks because I think it'll be great for a big festival event. But we'll see. We'll see if they're free. So Jennifer Crook is the next one. Let me scroll down to her stuff. So here's the band and Jennifer Crook. Here's a little thing. So this new project with Broken Road is absolutely brand new. So with her material, we are going to be probably one of the first audiences to experience the new material from the album. So that's really nice. So here's a little sample of just her vibe. Here you go. So I'll skip on here with the full band. Go. So there's a little bit of Jennifer Crook for you. So I'm going to go back to my main screen. There we go. So this is all the artists. There's loads for you to choose from. I don't mean to put pressure on you, like having to spend a considerable amount of money on tickets, but go through all the material on Eventbrite when you can, and book. I would book sooner rather than later. If you get that feeling inside that you need to book that ticket, you book that ticket because it probably will sell out. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to welcome you all at Schtumm, and yeah, we'll see you then. If you have any problems with any of the Eventbrite material or links not working or tickets issues, just email stummpresents@gmail.com and I will be on hand to help you with anything you need. Okay, right, I'm going to log off now and I'll go on to Facebook and do the same. Thank you, everybody.